I do want to remind people that this entire thing, this entire ordeal is extra funny when you consider the fact that the group is called KNEECAP after a common practice of the IRA of shooting people in the kneecap for collaborating with the British occupation. Okay. And they are a, you know, pro-IRA rap group.
Makara, free, free, Makara, free, Makara, free, free.
Don't you call for the death of people all the time? No, but if that was the case, if you recognize that that's wrong, no, don't ban that person. Hold on. If you recognize that's wrong, what does this mean here? Like, you're like, oh, it's a fucking, you deserve it? Like, is that what it is? Two wrongs make a right? Is that what you're saying? I don't. This is a fucking bannable offense, for the record.
Free, Makara, free, Makara, free, free, Makara, free, Makara. I'm not going anywhere. Someone out me. No one's coming from the ceremony. Free Palestine.
KNEECAP speak for the first time since the terror charge at surprise London gig. Look at the size of that crowd. No, this is earlier. This is, wait, is this from yesterday? No, I don't think so.
It's a pleasure to be here tonight in the 100 Club. I want to say, just first of all, I want to thank our label, Heavenly and Jeff, for working with us.
I can imagine you can, oh thanks very much. The amount of pressure them cunts are under in the last few days. I don't know if you've heard. You won't be getting any headlines off me tonight, you cunts. I promise.
We gave him the speech beforehand. He knows what I have to say.
I'm allowed one later.
There's a lot of police outside this venue tonight. They're making a fucking lot of money for doing fuck all.
I swear to fuck, all of you PC drums out there, they should all be thanking me for overtime. Hey, listen. Listen, I'm feeding your kids. Jobs for the boys.
We're from the north of Ireland.
There you go. Thanks very much.
We're very used to the British establishment bringing people from the north and trying to get them into their English jails for stuff they didn't do, like they done before, and they're trying to do it again.
It wasn't even me. I have to be very careful what I say. There's a few people nervous out there. I'd like to thank my lawyer. He's here tonight as well. I don't know if I should even say his name.
KNEECAP taking Joe Brawley as their barrister, lawyer. He's pretty famous and successfully defended lots of Irish Republicans over the years. He's also a GAA coach. So they've that going for him. Nice. Nice. Anne, yürüteceğim mi? Okay, peki.
That's the case. I'm not saying Dara Mackin's name.
Sometimes a side chick ain't even a side chick. It's the beautiful and proud nation of Ireland. Yeah, God, I love Irish people so much, bro. I wish they were real.
So we have a load of people to thank for the fact that I'm not in shackles up here. So
That was so good. That was so good.
The Met Police turned up right before the gig, like hours after the tickets went to sale. Police turning up at 100 Club to harass KNEECAP and intimidate gig goers, such a grotesque overreach, and just the latest shameful incident in the state's ongoing suppression of pro-Palestinian voices. That's crazy. They sent the Bobbies, or wait, what did they say? What did they say? They call them peelers. The peelers. The peelers. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Go ahead.
No, this is my night. Has anybody come here on their own? No! Put your hand up. Put your hand up if you're here on your own. See anybody around them? It's be very suspicious. They could easily be undercover.
I do want to remind people that this entire thing, this entire ordeal is extra funny when you consider the fact that the group is called KNEECAP after a common practice of the IRA of shooting people in the kneecap for collaborating with the British occupation. Okay. And they are a, pro-IRA rap group. One of their members is called DJ Prove. Like the idea that like you could find them actionable for doing propaganda in British courts is hilarious. It's like, yeah, dude, they're called KNEECAP. One of their songs is called Get the Brits Out. Oh my God. I can't believe it. It's shocking. I can't believe these guys shockingly would do something worthy of an investigation. Wow. This is, in a weird way, similar to the way America operates as well, where we place Israel in a separate category and Israel's enemies in a separate category, where if you say America, it's fine, but when you say Israel, people lose their minds. In the United States of America, those very same student protesters would not have been apprehended if they wrote articles about how America has done horrible things. Okay? But when you write about Israel doing horrible crimes, all of a sudden that's prosecutable. Same thing with this KNEECAP situation. You say up Hamas or up Hezbollah, it's fine. You can't do that. That's prosecutable. You say up the Ra, and that's, that's a direct call to action, technically, against England. Yeah. Liam from KNEECAP is up on a charge for waving a flag. This tubby demon publicly calls for nuking Gaza and probably get a bonus from AIPAC. Yep, it's true. British press is also continues to insist on using Mo Farah's Anglican name instead of his Irish name, which is easily Googleable. Yeah. They know where the power to change opinion is. Nobody cares about anti-English or anti-American propaganda at the moment. The open propaganda / colonial front is Israel. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what's going on. And the reason why they're taking this kind of action instead of just like letting this go is because they recognize that there is no way to win the propaganda at this point. That the broad majority of the public, especially this generation, my generation and younger, are completely of the depravity of the situation. They're completely of Israel's genocidal ambitions. They have seen it. The toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it back in. So instead of trying to massage the narrative, trying to contextualize all the violence and trying to defend Israel's actions, which only reinforces in the minds of so many that like this is an unsustainable situation and that it is an undemocratic situation where the governments and the media are not in line with the way the public sees this reality. They are trying to prosecute as many people as they possibly can to try and silence people into submission. That's it. This is just the official channels. The average American holds a lot of latent patriotism. They dislike speaking about the U.S. too poorly. Yeah, but the average American also doesn't see Israel as an extension of American empire. You understand that, right? The average American sees Israel as a foreign nation. And perhaps in a scary way, a lot of Americans also see Israel as, because of that patriotism that you're talking about, they see Israel as the Jewish nation that is getting a bunch of undue influence, okay? Overwhelming influence as a Jewish nation acting in the interest of Jews and doing so by controlling the media and controlling politicians. That's what the average American believes, because this also, in a weird way, or I guess in a deliberate way, removes the responsibility from the beautiful, glorious nation of America. America in and of itself could never actually engage in such unjustifiable actions. They must be being blackmailed by Mossad. Okay? That is part of the reason why so many people would rather believe the Jewish influence conspiracy theories rather than recognize that America is the one who controls Israel and America is refusing to reign in Israel, and that there isn't there is a real influence peddling operation that is very sophisticated and very pervasive, but that is there to make sure that politicians don't get step too out of line, or if they do, there's a real punishment for it, right? Kind of. They feel the Judeo-Christian stuff, but they wish Israel did good stuff. They actually know Americans. If what you're saying was true, then there wouldn't be this level of discontent Israel's actions chatter. And because there is this level of discontent Israel's actions, there is this level of prosecution those who speak out. And the reality of the matter is that only grows more discontent, because as I've said time and time again, Americans are truly selfish people. American individualism, American exceptionalism plays a major role here. And when you're a truly selfish individual, you see Israel as a foreign nation state, and then your free speech or other America's free speech is removed in a way that could hurt you down the line. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, this. It only grows that resentment against Israel. 80% of Germans feel that Israel's actions in Gaza are unjustified, and that's even with a leading question a new poll finds. This is actually interesting because Germany is like one of the most, like being pro-Israel is basically in the Constitution. Like you have to be. Okay? America's a Jewish colony. Yeah, they got banned already. Again, this is a way to abdicate the responsibility of bloodshed away from American empire and American ambition in the region. Okay? Oh, our politician, RFK Jr., unless he was like fucking blackmailed or something, you know? He's based. Same with Trump. He's based. He wants to put America first, not realizing that, yes, from their perspective, putting America first implies that there's a grander design in the region, an oil-rich region, and the most significant role player there is Israel. Letting Israel do death and destruction in an effort to create more regional stability that goes along with American interests is the key here, so that they can convincingly prosecute a war against Iran. The overarching ambition, of course, is obviously to fight China, though. But this region plays a strategic role in service of that interest.
Anybody wearing running shoes?
Can you get the house lights on for the
Lawyers didn't even know about it.
Larry Lineker didn't even know about it. Right before the match kicked. So I'd like to thank my manager as well for not running away.
Okay, Dan would never run away. Okay, he is the GOAT. I love Dan, for the record. Their manager is a phenomenal person, a truly remarkable individual. Okay, a truly remarkable individual, a man who has worn many hats, a man who has done it all. Okay.
Well, this all started after Coachella. That man has had fucking less sleep than an owl. Seriously, that man has worked tirelessly. Fucking with Dara Magan as a listener, like fucking, I'm talking about the 2-3 o'clock every morning while I was in South America swallowing Aperol spritzes, murdering Spanish, can't order a fucking taco.
That's illegal, mate. That's illegal.
I'll stop speaking.
But in all seriousness, I think they want to stop what we're doing because they want to suppress protesting. They want to suppress people talking about Palestine.
Why would Israel not being an ethno-state affect U.S.'s design in the region? I don't know. Don't you think that a major destabilizing force in the region is the Palestinians, the indigenous population of the land, that actually create a lot of... That actually is a somber reminder to many of the Arabs, especially the Muslim Arabs in the region, of America's continued exploitation of the region and colonial occupation within the region and complete dominance of the region. If you think that the Gulf nation leadership is in line with Israel's interests and America's grand designs, that is true. If you think that the Arab populations are also on board with that, that is entirely untrue. Okay? So as long as the Palestinians exist and as long as there is a Palestinian emancipatory movement, there will always be discontent. And as long as there is someone who is willing to fight back against Israel in the region, as long as that discontent exists, Israel cannot completely dominate the area in accordance with America's grand designs.
And they try to suppress it in the streets, but now we've turned music and concerts into active resistance because there's...
That's what I mean. Isn't it better for America to abandon Israel at this point strategically? No. I mean, there is an argument for that, and I totally understand. Okay? But they're too locked in. They're too locked in on this like on the role Israel plays. You never retreat on the empire. Exactly. It's sunk cost for sure.
60,000 plus dead in Gaza right now. And that is the real story. It's not about us. It's not about guiding and
The fact that we are sitting here now haven't even mentioned the fact that the reason that we are being witch hunted here is because we at Coachella spoke out about this. Burn Veins, the concert in question happened a long time ago. This all came from the fact
allegedly.
I wasn't even there. I'm just here, I'm just his spokesperson. So just bear that in mind. As he said, we're not the fucking story here. They're using us as a scapegoat, not to talk about the real fucking... I don't need to explain that to you cunts, so I appreciate you all coming. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free! Aggies in a box! Aggies in a box!
They're all going the way to wake them on. And they ran away tomorrow anyway. Look at me, I need some sleep. It's not even...
We love this is like a political rally. This is some vogue. We just want to say thank you to all you cons for calling this and for supporting us throughout all this shit because it's free Palestine.
Fuck. Also, U.S. is signaling China and Russia with Gaza. As dark as it is, America is still happy to do horrific war crimes for his interests. Thoughts on this take? Let's see. From Sammy Gold. One of the problems of liberalism is that despite Israel disobeying every single aspect of the fundamental principles of liberalism, most liberals defend it because liberalism in the modern day has focused too much on defending